Good morning and welcome to Stampin' and Crafting with Cheryl Diana. I'm Cheryl Diana and today I thought we would make a double page scrapbook layout using this month's sketch. So let's go and have a look at how I'm going to make it. So I have already chosen to use the willow white cardstock, and I've used a circle plate this time because I want to stamp around it, and I'm going to be using the Tractor and Co stamp set, but I thought we'd just do straightforward stamping rather than die cutting and that. So I've drawn my circle twice, and this is the sketch that we are following. So I know I've got flowers around there, but this is just a guideline. So I want to do the tractors and the corn all of the way around it. So let's start. Now my stamping mat. So I want to do some garden green stems for the corn, and let's just pop those over that side. I've got a bit more space, and crushed curry for the heads of them. So I've got that right. So let's do the stems first. So just straightforward stamping, checking I've got the mat up underneath it, and then line it up like so. And then I'm going to do some over, just do some next to it, but with a little bit of a gap, I think, because this stamp is straight and I'm doing the circle. So let's then do the same on the other side. Down here, like so. And I think I will have some here as well. I could go all the way around. I'm not going to do that. Right, okay, next I want I think I'm going to just do them growing without the corn cobs, because that's what they're like at the moment in our fields. So now I want to stamp my tractor. So I want to use Granny Apple Green because we have green tractors, and I want a yellow trailer. So I'm just going to double check. I've got plenty of room that side to have that, but I just might have a tractor on its own here. Okay, so which way is it going to go? That way round. So let's stamp the tractor. That's quite juicy, so just make sure it's covered all over. I'm going to go up a bit so the wheels, and then I'm going to do, whoops, turn it round. First I'm going to get rid of this little mark here, just in case it mucks up my, and we can get another tractor in there. And then I need to make sure I leave a space for the trailer this time. So popping that up about there. So this is going to be just straightforward stamping. Now that looks very dark, but that's fine. Now I want to do some wheels, some tyres, and I'm going to use basic grey because they're a bit worn. So let's do my big tractor wheels, making sure that I'm on my stamping mat. So, and like do this one like so. Whoops, get the right side. And let's do the small wheel as well. I've got a smudge on my hand. There we go. And next I need, I'm just going to see if I actually want to have the seat. Yeah, we'll have a seat on it as well. So I'm just going to stamp a seat, make sure that's on the stamping mat. And let's do another one here. Let's do another one here. Let's just turn it around slightly. Hang on, I've got another bit of ink on the edge of it. And put that one there. Okay. Let's move those out of the way. And now I want to do my trailer, which will fit here. Let's move that one over. And I'm going to use, we said we'd use the crushed curry pad, ink pads. I'm just going to open that up. I'm just going to pop that. That's not quite, that's better. Pop that there. Okay, I need something here. I should have done my tractor there, but that's fine. Let's think. Let's do small wheels again. There we go. So I'm thinking I'm just going to see what that will look like. That will look odd. So I need something here. So I'm going to just do some more corn around there. Like so. There we go. So it's all like that. And then I think I'm going to have my title this way around. I'll have my title there. And I think we are going, what shall we have on in the trailer? So we've got hay, we've got pumpkins, Christmas trees. Don't really want the Christmas trees. Hi Lisa. Let's do the chick. So let's do chick in. I think I'm going to use my Stampin' Right markers. Now these are going, they're going to be retired, so they're on the last chance today if you really want them and you've been holding off, or you just want to buy some extra ones. So I'm thinking the chicken. chicken is going to be, we'll do a brown one. So we'll only have the watercolor pencils and the blends in future. So I'm going to do like chicken here. I'll just do another brown. And I'm going to try it on a scrap of paper first, because if it comes out too pale, we might just do an outline of one. So let's just do a bit of, pop it on a bit of card. That looks terrible. Let's give it a bit of a clean. So let's try again. And that's covering better. Let's just see if I like it. If not, then we'll give up on it. That looks better. Alright, so let's colour it in. I feel a bit better with that one. Let's use the brush end. See you later, Lisa. So let's just do this. So I took our grandchildren to a well, it was a farm. It also had a circus there. It had a fun fair there, and it had some zoo animals. And my grandson, he loved the tractor. There were so many tractors that he could climb on. I think I'm going to put the chicken here. There we go. And then we're going to have some hay, because they haven't started harvesting the sweet corn or the pumpkins yet. So where's my hay one? Well, here's my hay one. So it's going to fit in there. Yes, it will. What I might do is grab a post-it sticky note. It's got stuck behind my ink pads. I've got a lot of planes going over today, so they must be practicing. So if you hear a plane, that's what it is. Let's do a lemon lime twist, because that green was a bit dark. And so I've put this on to cover the trailer, and I'm just going to, I'm actually going to bring it down a little bit. There we go. There we go. So that, and I know we took a lot of pictures that way, so I'm going to have my matte layer. That's what it's called. I forgot about that. So I think we're going to use basic grey. I think I've still got it out. So under my desk I keep a little one of those magazine rack type things. Let me cut. If I use basic grey, that will tie in with this. Just a matte layer. I know I'm going to do a 6x4 one. Just do it 6 1/4 inch. I think it's quarter. Yeah, quarter inches by. So that was 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. I think that's quarter. Okay, and then I think I'm going to do some flip flaps. So I know that's going to go like that. Now what I want to do now is using a sponge dauber, because these fields are a little bit too tidy, and we know that fields are covered in mud. So I'm using pecan pie and a sponge dauber, and I'm just gently going to just go around here. Add some dirt. And it's going to splash up on the tractor. So I'll do a little bit on the wheels. Because there's no way those tyres are clean. So let's make this one a bit darker. Go around here. Yeah, let's make it really dark. And I have it was, no, just leave it like that. Okay. Right. And then what else? Do you want to add anything else? So title's going to go there. It's going to go for the attraction of friends. Okay. And that, I think, is done for that page. So let's bring the other page in. Now, we're going to do slightly similar, but I think I'm going to do different coloured tractors in a circle around here. So I've got my pictures going to go there. My flip flaps, where have they gone? My flip flaps have moved. That's not good. So, oh dear, they've disappeared. Just bear with me. Don't often use my flip. Oh, there they are. I'm in the middle of having a sort out. So I'm going to put some flip flaps on here. That is bigger than what I thought it was. That should be. I might have to cut a bigger one than that. Where is a photo? Is the one that I had got of my dogs. got to make my mat layer just a little bit bigger, I think, because the photo is going to go like that. Yeah. Pop that back up there. Let's make the flip. Let's make the mat layer just a little bit bigger. I'm going to go 4.5 by 6.5 inches. Let's see what that looks like. That's my 6.5 there. So that will go like so. That looks good there. My flip flap is going to go underneath. That's what I didn't think about. You can see that. Should be okay. Let's just take this off. Let's have a think, because I'm thinking we could do another mat layer there. And then we could do our journaling on it. It's a good idea. So let's use some, now it has to be basic white, because they don't do that in the 12 by 12. So just grab one of these sheets out. And cut it as a mat layer. So it's 4.25 inches. So inches I use if I'm doing a 12 by 12 page. That goes to there. So we sort of got our sketch. And that will go on there like so. That looks good, that does. We like that. So let's do our flip flap. And I'm going to put that behind it. So, and I'm going to then add this to the mat layer. And then just flip it over the back so it sticks. There we go. And that'll go like that. And then you'll lift it up. So I'm going to do 3 on there. Have it that way. Let's get some more of these. So let's do another one on there. Because we've got loads of photos of him on the tractors. They were everywhere. And then they had a sandpit that got diggers in that he could climb over. And he spent a long time doing that. And then there was a tractor ride that we could go on. But not a tractor ride going around the place. It was a fairground type of tractor. And it looked really good. Now, when I put my page protector on, I'm going to cut a slit in the page, sort of the page protector, so then you can open up and see the photos. So let's now stick that onto my mat layer. I think this one might have given up the ghost after it was hot last week. So it's just Whoops, this was a bit hard. Right, if I line this up with matte layer up with it, with pages open, I should be able to then do that. That's it. Like a bit of glue there on my finger. That should just rub off then. And then it hasn't shifted, no. And let's stick this onto the layout. Do you want it that way or that way around? I think we'll have it this way around. So, and then roughly in the middle. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Now, I've got some mud, I've got the crops, I've got no sky. So my favourite colour for the sky is balmy blue. So I'm going to blend a little bit of sky. Whoops, let's take the other one underneath it. Let's just very... I think this might need to be re-inked up. That's better. There we go. I'm just going to add a little bit of sky to the corners. There we go. So it looks like there's some clouds. Let's just do a bit. Oops. I have got ink on my finger from somewhere. Right. And this time it's around here. There we go. So the sky does not have to be all the same colour because it never is. So as you see, I've just done it with don't know what happened there. It's suddenly got rid of it. Right. So there is sky there. It doesn't matter that it's not equal. There we go. So that is page 1. Now let's do the next one. So we're going to do a similar one, but I think we will do it with the what was I say? With the crops with the corn cobs on. So same again. And in fact, what I think I might do is do my tractors that way and that way, I think. We will this time. So let's do the tractors first. So, did I do garden green last time? I did do garden green. Yeah, let's do garden green again. I think that's the right cut. It doesn't matter if they die down before they harvest. I can't remember. So I'll have a tractor. Let's just do this. Around here. Whoops, no. Got a little bit of smudge there, that's fine. In fact, what I am going to do on this one is I'm going to just stamp just off a bit. So it looks like there's stuff behind it. That's better. Scrap of paper. Oh, come on. So let's do stamping off. Just slightly off. There we go, just slightly off. Because that's what you do with leaves and plants. So there's the stuff, so there's the plants behind it. So just do it just to make it look like it was supposed to be like that. There we go. Right, okay, now my tractors. I think we do have a lot of green ones around, so I'm just going to do my trailers so I don't forget them. Again, we use the same colour again, just to tie it in. I need to raise you up a bit. Oops. I'm getting ink all over me today. And then this one needs to go like that. That's fine because it's worn down. We'll just add some mud up there just to hide that. The wheels, we did basic grey, didn't we? That's right. Just put that in there. So let's do the wheels. Like so. Put that there. There we go. And then we want the tractor, and we're going to have that in Granny Apple Green. I don't need that one anymore. I don't need that one anymore. Tractor is here. Got ink all down there as well. So let's just pop you there. Oops. Can I line this up? Yeah, I can. That's what's good with the photopolymer stamps is that if you do have a smudge, you can often just cover it over. Let's just pop you there. Okay, and then we want the little wells again. And then we want the little wheel here. And then we're going to do a big wheel. And wipe off the ink again, because I'm pressing too hard today. And do this one. Here we go. And then we had seats, didn't we? That's what we did on the last one. That looked better, yeah. Little seat, get it the right way around. There we go. Get rid of that one. We don't need black anymore. We're not black and grey. Don't want the green anymore. If you want the pumpkin pie again. Now my trailers are not joined up, so I just realised that there's a bigger gap there. So what I might do is we'll leave it. We'll leave it. Now we need to add some mud. Like so. This is very relaxing to do. Like so. And just going around here. Okay, a little bit more mud up here. I'm just trying to merge out those the circle blobs that are really obvious. Let's see. So make it a bit just a bit wider. There we go. Now I think if we just do we're going to do the sky again. So like, because it looks good when we do the sky. So let's take it off. Excuse me, off the map. And I'm just lightly going to burn the corners again. This does need re-inking. Like so. And there. So it's just subtle. It's not too in your face. I'm going to have to re-ink this up because it's not working very well. So I might add some more on later once I have re-inked it better. There we go. Let's leave that one out. And oh, we were going to use some, we were going to do some corn, weren't we? Let's get my brush curry back. Now, I thought the pointy bit went up. It's actually the pointy bit goes down. So let's just add some of it in there, like so. They're not all done yet. And the fact is that my ink pad is a bit blotchy. Means the sweet corn's not all coming out the same. So let's just do this one, these three. I'm not going to do the ones at the back of it where we double stamped it. And this one. I love this stamp set. So it is one of our online exclusives, which came out in June, I think it was, June or July. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, yeah, that's for my grandchildren. So yeah, so we're going to have like that. We're going to have a matte layer. I'm just going to do a single photo on here. I'm just going to stick that down. Like so. Put that in there. As it goes. That's better, yeah, like that. And I have a single photo there. So this is the sketch that we started with, like this, and then this is my page 1. I need some. Do I need hay in the trailers or not? No, let's just keep them empty for that one. So we stamped it. We used the sponge dauber with the pecan pie ink pad, and did some mud, and of course mud goes on the tractors. Then we single stamped the sweet corn, did a matte layer, and then attached our flip flaps to it. And my title's going to go there. It's probably going to be on the farm. And then this one we stamped the sweet corn, but then we stamped to the side of it to make it look like a field. And we've got the trailers, we've got the mud, and we've got a bit of the sky, which I've got to do once I have re-inked it again, and then the photos will go on there. So I have made 2 scrapbook pages which will go like that in the album. So I hope you have enjoyed seeing how I've made these layouts, and it's just so simple with the stamping. Of course, you could do a mixture of the stamping and the die cutting, which I may do next week, or I may do it before next week. So keep an eye out for that, and until next time, keep stamping and crafting. Bye.